Yesterday, I saw my dream car. I saw a McLaren. I think it was like I want to say it's like the 500C or something like that, but I thought it was a McLaren MP412C, which is the older version of like the 500 whatever. But I saw a nice ass McLaren, a black McLaren, and I recorded this video yesterday thinking, holy shit, like that's a sign. Not only did I get a lot of shit done yesterday, and I had a fucking incredible day because I did this deep ass meditation like 5 fucking times, like literally 5 times, but I was able to vibrate as if I was my future self. And I always have told myself there's like 3 cars that I really want in life: an R32 GTR, an RX-7, and a McLaren MP412C. These are expensive cars, and that's why they're my dream cars, and I've never seen any of these cars in real life, like ever. And today, okay, so yesterday I saw the McLaren. He was at the gym. He goes to my gym. Today, because I saw the McLaren again, 2 days in a row, I saw the McLaren of my dreams. And then guess what happened today? Not only did I see the same McLaren, but I also saw an RX-7. And if you know what that car is, you're probably like, what the fuck? You saw an RX-7? Bro, I've never seen one of those in real life. And it wasn't at a car show. It wasn't, I'll even put it on screen right now. It was literally outside my apartment. Like the building next to my apartment, I saw my dream car. And like 2 dream cars in one day. I think that's a fucking sign. Welcome to today's video. Just got done shooting some hoops at the park. Feeling good. Whenever I get sunlight or I just put my bare feet in the grass or I'm just outside, I just feel so much better within that entire day. I have so much more energy. I feel grounded to the earth. I just feel fucking better, which I highly recommend doing today. Get outside if you haven't already. You'll feel 10 times better. You won't be overstimulated by your phone, overstimulated by fucking whatever the hell you usually do. And being outside is nice. If you can just enjoy being outside, you can enjoy anything in life, because often people think that being outside is boring, but like I don't understand that, to be honest. But maybe that's what you think too. I used to think that in the past, so it's okay if you think that too. Just get outside more, bro. But today I'm going to be talking about Joe Dispenza, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, I should say, because he's a doctor. He does all these sorts of lab tests. I don't really know exactly what sort of tests he does, but he does a lot of like brain scans and heart scans, and like he's basically connecting spirituality with science, which is cool as fuck. He teaches about manifestation, like the law of attraction kind of stuff, and he also has like workshops where he puts these people, the people who are in his workshops, he puts them in such a deep meditative state, and he changes their internal state, and they basically change who they are. It's basically like the law of attraction. If you can change the vibration that you are, if you can vibrate as if you are your true self, as if you are the person that you want to become, then you'll become that person. And this takes hard fucking work, and this is what Joe says all the time. He says, I'm just going to call him Joe, by the way, because he's basically a homie. Me and him talk all the time, but basically he says that you need to fucking practice this. You need to practice getting into a deep meditative state every single day, multiple times a day. You want to observe every single thought that you have, everything that's going on around you, basically your circumstances right now. And then you want to change your vibration into feeling like you are your true self, your most fulfilled potential self, your future self who's got all of his goals achieved. And when you do this, in that meditation, in that deep ass visualization, you feel fucking amazing. If you've ever visualized your future self, you feel fucking amazing, right? And he also tries to tell us that if we can do this over and over and over again, then the easier we can become this in real life. So basically, if we can take that vibration, take that feeling into everyday life, then eventually that'll just become who we are. That'll become a habit. Those thoughts, those beliefs, our personality will completely change, and we won't be this negative, whatever kind of person you are right now. I'm definitely a negative thinker. I get angry so easily, but when I get into this meditative, peaceful state and I just realize that, okay, I am this person, I know that I'm able to change who I am. I hope this is making sense. I really highly recommend looking up Dr. Joe Dispenza on YouTube. Just listen to that man talk for 10 minutes and your mindset on life will completely change. And basically the way that he talks about like habits and past experiences is that when we go through something hard or like something that fucking sucked, that creates a super powerful negative emotion which sticks in our brain, because emotions are how we remember things. And then the next day we're probably going to bring that emotion back up because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So when you think about that event over and over and over again, you bring up that negative emotion, and then you just naturally do this fucking over and over again until you're a negative person, and that's just who you are. That's your personality. And the only way you can change out of this is if you get like some crazy experience that happens in real life that makes you happy as fuck, or like changes your mindset completely, which practically happens to no one, or you do the work and change your internal state yourself. And I'm going to tell you how Joe Dispenza even found out this sort of, how he found this out. He was in a triathlon when he was about 20 years old, I want to say, and he got hit by a car while he was cycling, and his spine was fucked. Basically, he was not going to be able to walk, and if he had an option to either get surgery or to just say, fuck it, I'm going to be in a wheelchair, or fuck it, I'm going to try to recover myself. And both ways, like the surgery and the recovering by himself or being in a wheelchair, like, I mean, not being in a wheelchair, but either recovering by himself or getting that surgery, they're both like a tiny chance that this man would recover. Like, he was probably going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his fucking life. And if he didn't find this, so he's a neuroscientist. I think this is definitely what he went to school for, because his name is fucking Dr. Joe Dispenza. But he was sitting in his hospital bed and he said, you know what? I'm just going to observe every single outer circumstance. I'm going to observe everything that the doctors told me. I'm going to observe all my internal thoughts telling me that I'll never walk again. And then I'm going to plug in the reality of me walking again. And I'm going to plug in the reality of me recovering. When he just planted himself into the shoes of his future self who walks today, he was able to recover. And this sounds stupid as fuck. It sounds crazy as fuck. And it sounds crazy because it sounds like it's fucking like magic. It's like, what the fuck? But basically what he did, like I said, he just meditated in his hospital bed. He visualized all of his vertebrae going back into place, and then he visualized himself walking again. And this is not easy. This is not easy at all. But he did this over and over and over and over and over again. And it said, I've been reading this book called You Are the Placebo by Joe Dispenza, which I highly recommend checking out. But he said that it took him 10 weeks of deep visualization every single day. I don't know how many fucking days that is. 70 days. That's a lot of days, bro. That's a lot of days to do nothing but visualize and meditate. Like, he had to practically become a monk at that point and meditate all day long, do nothing. Every time he would hear the doctors say, yeah, you're probably not going to recover. Whenever he heard his negative self-talk saying, yeah, you're probably not going to recover, he just observed that shit. He said, fuck you. This is not who I am. That takes hard work. That takes dedication. It took him 10 weeks. And he's sitting in his hospital bed. He has nothing else to do. So his body was just like, okay, fuck it. This dude is clearly like, okay, so like I said before, our subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So if you can plant your imagination into the reality that you want, then over time this will become who you are, and then that'll reflect itself into reality. And I can't really explain the science behind this. That's why I highly recommend checking out Joe Dispenza on YouTube. He's got podcasts everywhere. He's got interviews everywhere, books all over the place. This man is a fucking G. Just listen to any of his audiobooks, podcasts, anything, and it'll all click. It'll all make sense. And he has like workshops and seminars where he goes deep into depth with these people, just random people that come to his events, and he helps put them in such a deep meditative state, and he helps them visualize so truly as if they are their future self. And in his book he talks about, like I said, the name of the book is you are the placebo. And he talks a lot about people who were misdiagnosed with cancer who mysteriously died even though they didn't have cancer, just because they thought themselves to death, basically. Or people that like thought they had voodoo curses. This is honestly a funny ass one. There was a story in there where someone thought they had a voodoo curse, and this guy, like, he got super sick, he felt like shit, like he thought he was gonna die, and then he went to the doctor's office and he puked at the doctor's office, and then the doctor like held up like a lizard or something. I don't know how this doctor got a lizard. I have no idea the entire story. I just was listening to it on audiobook, and this is what's coming to my mind right now. But basically, he held it up to the dude and he's like, look, your voodoo curse is gone. I got the lizard. And he's like, oh my God. And then like the dude fell asleep right after he threw up, because he hasn't been sleeping for weeks or whatever. He's been on edge. And then he stayed in the hospital for a little longer, like a week or so. And then he made a full recovery. Like, this man had no voodoo curse, but he just thought he did. So he reflected that into his reality. And you can do this in so many ways. Like, he talks about like, it's so hard to believe this, but I feel like it's true. And maybe for you guys it's hard to believe if you don't know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is. But he says that blind people have been able to see from his work, and people who have been in wheelchairs have been able to walk, and it's like deaf people have been able to hear, just because they can visualize themselves and vibrate as if they are the person that can see, that can walk, that can hear. And then in reality, if you do this enough, with enough power, intensity, you give it the time, this will become who you are. If you watch this far, I fucking love you. First off, leave a comment or something. I want to connect with you more. Or click the free coaching down below. But imagine if these people can go from being blind to seeing. What can you do in your life? If all you want is money, bro, that's easy compared to what these people have done. If all you want is to be happier, all you have to do is vibrate as if you are your future self, who's happy, peaceful, present. And then that just becomes who you are. But like I said, this takes practice, this takes time, this takes intensity, this takes energy. And another, I might even just put this at the beginning of the video, just because this was such a crazy experience. But yesterday I saw my dream car. I saw a McLaren. I think it was like the, I want to say it's like the 500C or something like that. But I thought it was a McLaren MP4 12C, which is the older version of like the 500 whatever. But I saw a nice ass McLaren, a black McLaren, and I recorded this video yesterday thinking, holy shit, like that's a sign. Like, because I've been doing this deep ass meditation, and Joe always says that you'll see signs in your real life. And not only did I get a lot of shit done yesterday, and I had a fucking incredible day because I did this deep ass meditation like 5 fucking times, like literally 5 times. But I was able to vibrate as if I was my future self. And I always have told myself, there's like 3 cars that I really want in life. An R32 GTR, an RX-7, and a McLaren MP4 12C. And obviously the McLaren's going to be a daily driver because that's a newer sort of supercar. But these are expensive cars, and that's why they're my dream cars. And I've never seen any of these cars in real life, like ever. And today, okay, so yesterday I saw the McLaren. He was at the gym. He goes to my gym. So I might even talk to this dude, because I found out who it was today because I saw the McLaren again. 2 days in a row, I saw the McLaren of my dreams. And Joe Dispenza says that when you are vibrating as your true self, you will see signs in your real life. And not only did I see the sign of just having a fucking amazing day and getting a lot of shit done and just feeling good in general, I also noticed other people reflected that sort of vibration that I was giving off. Like, other people just treated me different. But also, I saw this car and I was like, okay, this is a fucking sign. This is sick. I even like, I like, so the treadmills are like right where the wind. I'm just gonna go into depth with this story. I might even put this twice in the video just because it was so powerful. But there's like windows where the treadmills are. So I just walked on the treadmills, ran on the treadmill for as long as possible, staring at this fucking car the entire time, visualizing myself driving that car, visualizing myself like getting out of that car and being like, shit, I just drove that here, basically, and just feeling like I am my future self, because I'm going to have that fucking car someday. I guarantee it. I'm going to come back to this video one day and say, yep, called it. Like, I don't know, maybe a year from now I'll have that car, but hopefully. And then guess what happened today? Not only did I see the same McLaren, but I also saw an RX-7. And if you know what that car is, you're probably like, what the fuck? You saw an RX-7? Bro, I've never seen one of those in real life. And it wasn't at a car show. It wasn't, I'll even put it on screen right now. It was literally outside my apartment. Like the building next to my apartment, I saw my dream car. And like 2 dream cars in one day. I think that's a fucking sign. And maybe you guys don't believe that shit, but it's just crazy how like I literally started doing, like, I've always visualized, I've always done affirmations, I've always tried to like change my vibration, change my subconscious mind, but until I like actually try to integrate that into my everyday life, like yesterday I just went into a deep ass visualization, pictured as if I'm my future self, and I just said, thank you for this. I just said, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for this, and just saying the goals that I have. So like, I'm thankful that I get to help thousands of people. I'm thankful that I make money doing what I love. I'm thankful that I have my dream car. I'm thankful that I'm happy, I'm peaceful, I'm present. And maybe I don't have these things right now, but just being grateful for the things that you don't even have will attract those things into your life. And I carried myself like that throughout the entire day. And when I noticed myself getting back into a negative thought loop or just becoming my old self, I would just roll my shoulders back, put a smile on my face, and I would just say, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I would just get back into that vibration. And literally all day I vibrated as if I was my future self. And I saw the McLaren. Today, saw the McLaren again. And then I saw the RX-7. I'll put the video on screen if I didn't already of the RX-7. I might even put the fucking video twice, just because of how beautiful that car is. I think I might even end the video here. Just check out Dr. Joe Dispenza. Keep that vibrate. Like, I know that you're visualizing. If you watch the video this far, like, you certainly visualize, you certainly meditate, you certainly use affirmations. There's no way you've watched this video this far and you don't do that shit. So good shit. Keep it up. Keep practicing this, and have sort of like a way to get back into that reality throughout your everyday life. Get back into that future self. And get back into that future vibration. And the way that I've been able to do this is just by saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just remember how I felt when I was saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, and picturing as if I was my future self with everything I've ever wanted. And if you keep doing this, you will see this reflection in your everyday life. Maybe you won't see your dream car. Maybe you won't see any car. Maybe you won't even feel that much better throughout your everyday life, but keep it up, stay consistent, and you will see a reflection in your everyday life. I'll leave a link down below for free coaching, link down below for Joe Dispenza's guided meditation. Have a great fucking day.
She will be mine. Oh yes, she will be mine.